1.1 What geologists study. Rocky and Plato discuss what a geologist studies. They will find that geology is a very diverse and wide-ranging science. Science terms or concepts include the following: archaeologist, astrogeologist, fossils, gemologist, geological engineer, geologist, lithology, mineralogist, mining engineer, oceanographer, paleontologist, petrologist, petrology, sedimentologist, stratigrapher.
Dialogue of 1.1.
I am bummed. My favorite aunt just went away to college.
Why are you bummed?
She used to live here in town and we did cool stuff together. Now she will be in another state.
What kind of stuff did you do?
My favorite thing was when we went fossil hunting. We would drive all over finding these really cool fossils. Because she knows a lot about geology, she could figure out where we should go to find the best fossils.
So, she wants to be an archaeologist?
No, archaeologists study evidence of past humans. Stuff like how they lived and what they did. She is going to be a geologist.
So, she wants to learn about gems and stuff for jewelry.
There are lots of different kinds of geologists. They study a whole bunch of different kinds of things. People that study gems are gemologists. If they study minerals, they are called mineralogists.
How about rocks? Aren't geologists interested in rocks?
Lithology is the study of rocks, but if you want to study them in great detail and you use microscopes, you are studying petrology, so you would be a petrologist. There are lots of subspecialties. People who study sediments are sedimentologists, people who study what the layers of rocks mean are stratigraphers, people who study volcanoes are volcanologists, and the list goes on and on.
How about studying fossils?
That is a paleontologist.
Are there other kinds of geologists?
Tons. Basically, geologists study how our Earth and even the entire solar system work.
The solar system? Are those astrologists?
Astrology is not a science. I know the word ends in ology, which makes it sound like a science, but it isn't a science because astrologists do not use the methods of science to create their explanations. But there are astrogeologists. Those kinds of geologists are trying to figure out how other planets formed and what their evolutionary history is.
I thought evolution was a biology thing.
Evolution is basically just a word for change over time. Our Earth has changed a lot over its 4.5 billion year history, so geologists talk about the evolution of our planet.
Let me guess. That is another branch of geology.
That is historical geology. They work out how the physical Earth has changed over time.
How about mining? Don't geologists work in mines?
Of course, they are not usually the people that do the actual mining, but a mining company would hire mineralogists and petrologists to study the rocks in the mine. They would also hire mining engineers to figure out how to remove the rock safely. So, different kinds of geologists might specialize in mining geology.
Geological engineers? Geologists can be engineers too.
You bet. Think about it. It is easy to see that for a mine to be successful it needs to be where the desired rocks and minerals are. But a mine also needs to be able to remove rock. If it is an underground mine, they need to keep the big tunnels from collapsing. So they need to know about the strength of the rocks so they can figure out how much rock has to stay as pillars to hold everything up.
I see. If geological engineers know about the strength and other properties of rocks, then they must also be part of almost any team that is building structures, like buildings and bridges.
And dams and roads and tunnels and probably a bunch of other stuff too.
So geologists work with almost everything that has to do with the Earth.
And since most of our planet is covered with water, geologists study that too.
Let me guess. Those are called oceanographers.
Correct. And many of these scientists work together to understand something or solve a problem. That is one of the cool things about science in general. Most systems, like the oceans, are very complex and it takes geologists, biologists, chemists, physicists and engineers, all working together to build a more complete understanding.
It sounds like you have learned a lot from your aunt already. I hope you get to stay in touch with her after she leaves.